Yo, here we are really quick. This is a rundown overview of this dude, Brian Lay's NWA Sprint Classic, third place, one from the field sprint, Cat 3 race, 3 loops, weight listed as 181. And I just wanted to use this to look at where were the hard efforts on this course. Obviously, each race is going to vary based on who shows up, but in general, people tend to take advantage of the harder sections of the course. So this kind of gives us a feel for where are the difference makers from a course profile standpoint. One of the first things I always like to do is just sort of breeze down this power section and find out, okay, where are the highest peaks here? Where are the spots where the heart rate goes up? Here we can see heart rate pretty chill. First time it gets above 160 is on the Weaver Hill segment. 358 for 3 minutes 31 seconds, 458 for 1 minute 3 seconds. So that was sort of the first hard effort, and this is also going to be the second hard effort, or the second harder effort. Well, I guess slow grind might be. So slow grind is going to be this section right after the right-hand turn, after I guess it's going to be the start finish. And there is this grind right here. So this is your slow grind right here, and that serves as a spot that was hard in this at this point in time, but also coming out of the corner, that can serve as a time to string things out. If it's out of a corner, and then there's a hill not long after, that can obviously also be a difference maker. Now, if we look at this here, Weaver Hill, again, 372, so heart rate's now up to 170. And the Weaver Hill proper, the true Weaver Hill, appears to be roughly, KOM's 45. Looks like the peak that this guy did it was 53 seconds at 576. So a hard push for sure. If we go to analysis here, we'll be able to take a better look at this stuff. You can see where these heart rate spikes are. So heart rate's here in the red. So we got the one right here. That was the first time on that Weaver Hill section. And then he recovers. And then coming out of this corner, this is the slow grind right here. This section on the bottom part of the course, that was 4 minutes at 278, but heart rate got up to 177. So here's the harder section, really. 423 for 2 minutes. So that's a pretty solid push. And this comes after the corner. So you want to be in good position out of this corner. As you start heading back west, make sure you're in good position there. That'd be a spot where if you're out of position into that uphill, you could have some problems. You may be forced to play some chase, which is not a good thing, obviously. So that was the second harder effort. Then it looks like it's kind of off and on for a bit. But the real bigger effort came right before, actually, the turn. So here's kind of the hardest spot overall for this person on lap 2. We can see effort starts before the climb, before the corner. Speed was high-ish, 26, 27. Gets even higher after the corner, so it looks like there's a little bit of a downhill after the corner. So be in good position there. And then it looks like they kind of stayed on the gas. Average speed 25. This appears to be the Weaver Hill segment. So from here to the top, 1 minute 56 at 410. So 5 watts per kilo. Big push right there. And then recovery right after that, before this final, bigger spike. Let's see, the last time out of that corner, I wonder if there was a kick out. It looks like the final lap. My guess is the brake went here, because the effort seems to go down a bit after that. So my guess is brake went here, because then we see heart rate in general comes back down. There are still some spikes, obviously, but nothing super crazy. Was there a push before, like the next time through that hill, nothing, or through that corner, nothing really happened. Final time up that Weaver climb in this race, nothing crazy. The most tame there was, but the big thing is going to be this person won the field sprint, Here's what the final, 2 minutes 20 at 3:48. So that wasn't the biggest 2 minutes 20 in the race. That came on lap 2 on that Weaver Hill section. But this is where he kind of kicks up. So I think this is sort of where the sprint happens. 42 seconds. Looks like it's once they're into town. Obviously we can't see too much, but it is net uphill. It appears gains 37 feet. So that's not crazy. Not super steep at all, but there is an incline, which means it's going to drag a little bit longer. So since there's a climb, it's going to drag more, which means you don't want to be too far up in that. And you can pretty much see this guy has three different accelerations he does. He does the first one here, just over close to 1200 watts. And then he eases up some, still on the pedals though, still pushing good power. And then another kick up over 1000 and holds that for quite a while, drops down a little bit before the final kick at the very end. This final little push of 6 seconds at 881. Oh, excuse me. And speed at 33.3, so decent speed by the end there. Still on a little uphill, it appears. So just to kind of give you a feel for the flow of this, Weaver Hill looks to be like the hardest segment of the course. After the start finish, be very alert. Actually, before every corner, be alert, especially if their wind is a factor. And then the finish is going to be a bit longer of a drag with that net uphill finish to it. So just be aware of that, 2.1% for a minute. So hopefully that helps. That's all I got on this one, and adios.